Box office, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes climbs to no. $1 with $58 million debut. Primates ruled over the North American box office, as Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes collected $58.5 million in its first weekend of release. That's ahead of Sunday's estimates of $56.8 million and enough to score the third-best opening of the year behind Dune, Part 2 and Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. Inaugural sales for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes landed above early projections of $50 million to $55 million and towered over the non-existent competition. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes opened roughly even with two of the three prior installments in the rebooted franchise, landing behind only 2014 Seconds Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and ahead of 2017 Seconds War for the Planet of the Apes and 2011 Seconds Rise of the Planet of the Apes. The weekend figure is roughly average for the genre. But average here is based on the biggest action films of all time, says David A. Gross of movie consulting firm Franchise Entertainment Research. This is an excellent opening. Popular on Variety. An opening that's in line with projections is great and all, but Gross says the exhibition industry is still waiting for something to jolt the market and electrify summer movie-going. Right now, the domestic box office is down roughly 22% from 2023 and 42% from 2019, according to ComScore. Over the next few months, theater owners are relying on tentpoles like Deadpool and Wolverine, Despicable Me 4 and Inside Out 2 to crush expectations and salvage the summer season. The solid performance of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is a key building block in the summer season box office, says senior ComScore analyst Paul Durger-Obedient, adding the film could be a momentum booster to the many wide-release films set to hit the multiplex in the coming weeks. The newest film in the long-running Apes series cost $160 million to produce, and, like its predecessors, is expected to be bigger at the international box office. The film debuted to $72.5 million overseas, bringing its global tally to a solid $131 million. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the fourth installment in the reimagined property, and 10th in the 56-year-old series, hasn't been as widely embraced as its predecessors. But critics and audiences have responded positively to the film, which holds an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes and Beyond Cinema score. Directed by Wes Ball, this ape story takes place many years after the reign of Caesar and follows a young ape named Noah as he embarks on a journey with a human named Me to forge a path for the future of the two species. With Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes as this weekend's only major newcomer, holdover titles rounded out box office charts. Last weekend's champion The Fall Guy landed in a distant second place with $13.7 million, an expected 51% decline from its debut. So far, the action comedy starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt has grossed $49.6 million domestically and $103 million worldwide. The Fall Guy cost a hefty $140 million, so it's relying on interest at the international box office to stick the landing and redeem its theatrical run. Zendaya's sexy tennis drama challengers remained at no. 3 with $4.6 million from 2,609 theaters. After 3 weekends of release, director Luca Guadagnino's film has generated $38 million in North America and $68.7 million worldwide. That's a decent result for an R-rated art house drama. However, Challengers was backed by Amazon MGM and, at a cost of $55 million, wasn't budgeted like an indie. It needs a long life in theaters to justify its price tag before landing on the streamer. In fourth place, Sony and Screen Gems' low-budget horror film Tarot collected $3.4 million in its second weekend of release. Tarot, a supernatural story about friends who unleash evil from a cursed deck of tarot cards, has amassed $12 million in North America and $20 million globally, but it cost just $8 million, so it's well-positioned in its big screen stint. Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire rounded out the top 5 with $2.5 million from 2,531 venues. The monster tentpole, from Warner Bros. And Legendary, has impressively remained in the top 5 for 7 consecutive weekends and has grossed $191 million domestically and $558.8 million globally to date. It's the second highest grossing movie of the year behind another Warner Bros. And Legendary collaboration, Dune, Part 2. Elsewhere, the Divine Parody Not Another Church movie cratered with a dismal $360,000 from 1,108 North American locations. The film, released by Briarcliff Entertainment and starring Kevin Daniels, Vivica A. Fox and Jamie Foxx as God, holds a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes, which didn't bode well for its theatrical life. With no marketing support, says Gross, comparisons are not going to be favorable.